When Liverpool signed Thiago Alcantara from Bayern Munich, there was naturally a great deal of excitement. A world-class ball player with a stunning pedigree was arriving at Anfield, having just claimed the Champions League and Bundesliga, while also winning a league title in all but one of his seasons as a professional. The Spain international was being added to a squad that had claimed the European Cup previously to Bayern before going on to win the Premier League, and there was a belief he would take the Reds to the next level under Jurgen Klopp to help them to glory once again this term. What has transpired so far, however, is a series of unfortunate events that have seen Liverpool somewhat struggle in the top flight while using Thiago in a way that you'd assume was not intended for him when the transfer was made. With all three Liverpool centre-backs essentially suffering season-ending injuries, star midfielder Fabinho has been shunned into the back line, and he is regularly joined by fellow engine room general and captain Jordan Henderson. Both players have performed remarkably well, carrying out a job away from their natural position and at such a high level, but losing them from the center of the park has been a big issue for the Reds. It has seen Thiago forced to take on more responsibility than he perhaps would have done with Henderson and Fabinho in a midfield three alongside him, while losing their energy and experience in Klopp's central system cannot have helped but the deep-lying playmaker into the side. Indeed, only once this season has the manager been able to name all three of Fabinho, Henderson and Thiago in midfield against Everton. Before Van Dijk suffered with his injury against the Blues, Thiago himself had contracted coronavirus and then was dealt an injury blow himself in the same match. His start to live at Anfield has not been an easy one. However, in that game against Carlo Ancelotti's side, the midfielder combination of Fabinho, Henderson and Thiago looked excellent when the Reds had a full-strength squad to call upon. VAR Jordan Pickford, Richarlison, and the two injuries dominated the headline after the game, with Henderson turning home the ball in injury time to make it 3-2 to the Reds, only to see the goal chalked off. Away from that, though, there was much to be admired about the performance of Thiago on his full debut, while Fabinho and Henderson shone around him too, as they so often do in the center of the park. The 29-year-old operated in a deeper role alongside Fabinho during the game, allowing Henderson to roam and influence the play to great effect throughout the 90 minutes. It was a combination between three players that looked like it could provide the Reds with a different dynamic, especially considering it was the first time they had all linked up. But Klopp has been almost unable to use it ever since because of what has happened with injuries to his squad. Positively, Liverpool signed two centre-backs in Ozan Kabak and Ben Davies on transfer deadline day, and it is now up to the German boss to bring them up to speed so they can start providing his side with some stability, having recognized defenders in the center of the backline. That in itself is key to allowing Henderson and Fabinho to move back up into midfield, where they can join Thiago in order to start showing the midfield mastery that Reds fans caught a glimpse of earlier this season, as something that might spark their form back into life too.